Hey, what is up guys, your boy Ed from Late to Beat, you already know. For today's video, I've been preparing a little bit of a ban list, kind of like rant discussion. It's not going to be like top 10 cards that I think that are going to get hit, or it's also not going to be like top 10 cards that I want to come back or anything like that. It's just going to be me talking about certain archetypes and then me giving you my personal opinion on what cards should get hit in the list for that, and either to kill completely kill the deck, or to just kind of just like stop it and like kind of just like wrist slap it or something. I don't know. I feel like a lot of decks that are like the top decks right now are kind of fine, except for some other ones. But we're just gonna go ahead and get into it and see what I can come up with. But let's get into it. All right, guys. So we're gonna start off with what I would think it's probably the biggest presence in the Yu-Gi-Oh community right now, which is Cachetera. By no means do I think it's the best deck. I don't think it's like Tier Element, where like it's completely dominating its meta. Where I think Cachetera's meta is right now, and it has been since Tier got hit, but I don't think it's the best deck. It's the deck that everyone prepares for. It's like the deck that everyone wants to be ready to beat, or whatever the circumstances are. But I don't think it's such a powerhouse like what you would think. Yeah, the 5-zone lock is kind of annoying, but it's very simple to fix that. I think the deck is really nice. It's super fair, and it's really consistent, but it also has a lot of issues to where it has a problem sometimes breaking. So for that reason, I think that like a lot of people talk about like starting off with the main deck like Unicorn and Fenrir, right? They talk about like hitting that to 1 or 2 so you can lower the consistency, and if you do, I think that's fine. I've also been that one guy who's been playing 3 Rice Hearts in the main deck for a little bit now, and I do like Rice Heart at 3 a lot, because it doesn't just allow you to play once and then have recovery for a second time, but then sometimes you just have like really grindy matches to where you need to keep doing it over and over. So for me, playing the 3 Rice Heart is fine. So if I would say hit anything, if people want to hit, and I think that people do believe on hitting Unicorn to 1 or 2 would be passable, and Fenrir to 1 or 2 as well. I wouldn't want like Fenrir to completely get banned, because it's a engine that people are going to be using in other decks, and I have seen that a lot. I've also been using it a lot in other engines. I mean, that engine in other decks. But starting off with the main deck, I think like Unicorn and Fenrir to 1 or 2 would be more than fair and fine enough. The cards aren't super expensive anymore, so even if you still have them, or if you want to pick them up, like you're not really like, you know, kind of be negging too much. So Fenrir and Unicorn, I think Unicorn could definitely go to 2, and also Fenrir, I'm just gonna say 2. Continuing on, I don't think any of their spells or their traps are a big problem, but their extra deck. So a lot of people talk about like Rice Heart getting hit, and I saw somebody talk about how like they would I saw somebody talk about how they would want to hit, what is it, a Rice Heart in the extra deck, and how they would want to get it like hit to 1 or banned or whatever. Even if you just hit it to 1, it's fine. Like I most of the time I only like playing 1, even if like Unicorn or Mind Hacker might be a thing, but just I think more than 1, it's not really necessary. I also think that like Mind Hacker should be hit. So like I think Rice Heart is fine. Rice Heart is fine where it's at, but Mind Hacker should definitely get banned. I think it's a card that it gives you too much advantage, and it's a card that would, if you keep it around, it would probably end up getting it would probably end up hitting Shangri-La, and I don't think Shangri-La is really that big of a problem. It's really nice. And it's helpful to the consistency because you get special on standby, but I don't think it's something where like, yeah, zone locking, if you get rid of Mind Hacker, which is actually the problem, zone locking, you really get to lock like 1 or 2 zones at most, if any, honestly. And I think Mind Hacker is kind of the enabler of all of that. So Mind Hacker can get banned. Rice Heart can honestly be hit to 1 and it would still be fine, and then Shangri-La could also be hit to 1 and it would still be fine. But those are kind of like just small predictions. Maybe Unicorn to 2, Fenrir to 2, Shangri-La, and a Rice Heart to 1 each. and then Mind Hacker completely banned. But that kind of wraps up the little section that I had for just Cachetera. The other sections should be a lot faster because I just don't care enough about the other ones. Cachetera is a deck that I really do like, and I've been playing for a while, so I can kind of see how it's a problem, but it's not the biggest problem, and it's not like huge. It's not like what tier was back then. Continuing on to the second section, we're going to continue with the Runic. I think Runic is actually a really big problem. I think their consistency is also just a lot better than the Cachetera stuff. So like just being able to like shuffle 3 back, draw 3 cards, shuffle 3 back, draw 3 cards every turn, not just your turn but your opponent's turn as well. It's actually kind of crazy. I think that Runic tip enabling the ability to be able to search Fountain, and then all of your spells being able to special summon Hugin from your extra deck for then you can discard and then add Fountain is kind of crazy. So Fountain can definitely be hit to 1 and it still be like super searchable, because then you also have like 1 terraforming. I mean, like for a lot of people, I mean like 3 metaverses isn't important, but I mean like just being able to have your field spell being that searchable is kind of crazy. So Hugin, Fountain, and Runic tip are all cards that can definitely go to 1, and it would make Yu-Gi-Oh! A lot easier. I'm not even saying like easy to play, but it's just like it's gonna be a lot better, because it's just like playing versus that, it's so annoying. Like it really is. Runic just has a problem to where like they're like the new kind of like Mystic Mind deck, where they're not really locking you out, but they just have so much resource, and they're going to pop your spells and traps, they're going to negate your monsters, they're going to pop your monsters, they're going to go ahead and just shuffle all that back in, and then draw 3 more cards, and then if you just so happen to have anything else to do, they're going to ash it, nib it, impermit, whatever it is. It's kind of crazy. So yeah, Fountain, Tip, and I think even Hugin can all go to 1. All right, so continuing on to Sprite, I still think, even after all this time, that hitting Elf, just completely banning Elf, wasn't the right move, and I still think that it isn't. Sprite has been struggling a lot to kind of stay on top. Yeah, there's people playing like Sprite Tri-Brigade, and they're doing fine, and there's like some people maybe still playing like Sprite Runic and doing okay, but I don't really see Sprite doing all that much anymore. There was like Sprite Brave, which was okay, but it's not like great. Like I think it's fine. I don't think that like hitting that deck more would be good, but if anything, I think blue would probably be the best hit. Maybe, I mean like people talk about like Jet. I mean like if you really want to, I mean like it's because like blue searches Jet or red or Carrot. And then if blue search Jet, it also basically searches like starter, and it's just kind of like a little loop. So I think the blue is the better hit, but Jet is also where it should be hit, honestly. And so like I don't know, it's kind of crazy. But so if people were talking about, because I see most of the people talk about like hitting Jet, I just think the blue is my personal opinion, but hitting Jet can definitely go to 2 just to lower the consistency a little. Starter can definitely go to 1 or 2. People are playing like Gamma Burst, which is crazy. People are also playing Smashers, which is not all that relevant anymore, but also people are talking about like hitting the extra deck Giant. I don't think Giant should get hit. It definitely, it's an engine that helps out a lot of decks, and it's really nice, but it's just like people just want to kill sprites for no reason. I like the splashability of a lot of decks. Like it doesn't necessarily splash into everything, but people want to like hit like I've been hearing a lot of things. People want to hit Giant and Sprint, and it's just like, oh well, you know, Sprint enables Giant because you just dump Angler and then you summon out 2 Beavers, and it's just like, okay dude, whatever. But I don't know, man. I just think it's kind of crazy that people just want to hit that deck so hard. But if anything, just slower the consistency, like Jet to 1 or 2, and then like Starter to 1 or 2, and then like maybe people will hop off of Sprite itself and then just use the extra decks by themselves for something else, or just like for small engine. But yeah, I think those are probably like the better moves. All right, continuing on with the next archetype, I really wanted to talk about Trap Tricks. slash Labyrinth. I think these are really strong decks. So like Labyrinth has the issue to where like they kind of just floodgate the board after they bring out this really big beater. Shout out to Robinson because he's really annoying by playing that deck. So he'll like bring out like a really big beater, 3000 attack monster, and then some of the time you can't really bring out 3000 attack monsters unless you're using like your monsters effects to like special other monsters, and then just kind of like wreck the board. But the crazy thing is that like, so you have Labyrinth playing like, I think like Rivalry, I think it is, but I can't really remember, but I know for a fact anti-spell is the biggest thing. I mean, skill drain is the biggest thing. I said anti-spell. Skill drain is the biggest thing, and it's kind of crazy. They just set up these really big monsters and then you can't get over them. So I think that some of these back row decks need to get checked again, and not having Red Reboot kind of hurts. So if we were to have Red Reboot back, it would probably be a 3-of, but then they should be losing not just that, because they're not really losing anything by us gaining Red Reboot, but they should lose Skill Drain and make it go to 1. And then that's for Labyrinth. And then for Trap Tricks, I think the bigger thing to hit is probably like their Sarah to 2. Sarah it's like a snowball, you know, whereas if it's just like this resolves and this will resolve and then this will resolve, and it's just like a big just snowball. I think they're both really good decks and they're a lot of fun to play, and they're really annoying to play against, but they're small decks that just need to get checked maybe here or there, maybe even like not even Sarah, but like 2 Holitea, so like hit one of it, hit it to 2 and then just killed one of the Holiteas or something. Their actual other whole traps aren't even that bad. Their monsters aren't even bad, all the old ones not being once per turn, all the new ones being once per turn. But that being said, I think that like the Trap Tricks deck itself, Holitea or Sarah, can get hit to either 2 or 1. But then also on the Labyrinth side, I just wanted to talk about like trap decks. Labyrinth, like Big Welcome and Skill Drain. Big Welcome is annoying. It just kind of resets itself, and it'd be insearchable and resettable. They can just play it at 1. Let's go ahead and continue. All right, so branded time. I am a big branded deck hater. Like, I just don't like the deck at all. I think that there's just so many things that can get hit in branded, which is crazy. If Fusion Destiny was hit before and like it was such a problem before, why can't branded Fusion get hit? Like, I just want branded Fusion completely at 1. I just hate the card. You ash it and then they're done. That's it. Just GG's, have fun, don't play this deck again, kind of thing. I think branded Expulsion is at the trap, the one that lets them special summon that freaking gimmick puppet or the raw to your field. That's annoying as hell. I hate that trap. I think that deck is so annoying. I don't like branded players. What else? There's just so much in the deck that just has to get hit. Branded Fusion. What is the other spell card called? The quick play fusion card, Branded in red. That can also go to 1. I hate that card. Albas can just straight up go to 1. I hate that card. Mirror Jade in the extra deck can also get hit. I hate that card. Like, all of this deck can get completely banned, and I completely hate this deck. But Castro did make a very important note the other day that it's like branded is like a very important deck to Yu-Gi-Oh, like Konami. Like, we can see it, like they just give it so much support. Like, I hate it. They just give it so much support, and it's a deck that will probably almost never die, and even throughout time they're just gonna like fix the way that they play and just like play other engines or play other things to allow them to play the deck and never die. So branded players can get banned. Like, just ban every branded player out there, and Despia players. I just hate them all. Aluber isn't the problem, just ash their fusion, like I said. And what's the new spell card that they use? It's like deployment, fusion deployment. I hate that card too. Just hit it to 1. Like, the whole branded deck should just be a 1 of everything, and it would probably make Yu-Gi-Oh easier to play against, because the deck is annoying. Gimmick Puppet needs to get banned. And I am not done ranting about decks that I hate. Here's another one. I just gained a quick hate for it recently. Math Mech. I was actually just in the field to wanting to pick it up, and then I played this Math Mech player at Monday's DNA. Shout out to that guy. He was cool, but I don't like the deck. He made me realize that I personally don't like the deck, and I also don't like playing against the deck. It's like super factorial, and then they just have so much again, and it's just like, okay, dude. It's just like you can try to stop them as much as possible. They're just gonna link climb, and then they're gonna do the salad thing where they're just gonna go what is it, update jammer, or they're gonna bring out that one that lets you attack twice. Well, that one's the one that lets you attack twice, but then there's another one, and it's just like, it's crazy. They're just gonna attack twice, bring out access code or something, and it's just like, dude, we get it. You can break boards with an access code and like OTK if I didn't get to kill you on your turn. But it's just like, they're like, I don't know, man, they're just crazy to play against. Like super factorial is just crazy. Them bringing out that, what is it, Lupin, I don't know, Harry Potter reference, Lupin. But that card, that XT's monster is like detach one to like rip a card out of your opponent's hand, rip out one, detach another one to like rip out a card from like their spell and trap, their monster zone. So they're like, the guy on summon just rips out all of them, and then just does all of their effects. And then it's just like, I chain trap or something, the one card that he targeted, and it's just like, oh, you know I just detached this material, but I'm going to quick effect negate now, because I know that he's not attached to him, but I summoned him with him, and now that monster gets to negate as well. And it's just like, and they're only playing like one of him, but like two of the super factorials or one of them or something, I don't know, but they're always having it in hand. If they don't search it, like they always open it, and it's just like, it's kind of annoying. But it's just like, Factorial needs to go, and it needs to get banned. Not even one. I'm not even talking about like, it's not a revolt. Revolt is okay. It's just Factorial needs to get banned. Just completely. Zero. Like completely gone. Because the thing about Revolt is that on summon Revolt would like basically summon out Omen and Omen banish. And that's all it does. So if you open up like a Harpies and you clear that out, you're done. With this guy, they're gonna summon, they're gonna rip a card, they're gonna pop a spell or trap, they're gonna send a monster to the grave or something, and it's just like annoying. And that card needs to go. Wrapping up today's video, I feel like Yu-Gi-Oh is at a point where there's too many decks playing. There's just so many people having fun with Yu-Gi-Oh, and I don't like being the bitter Yu-Gi-Oh player, but like I like whenever there's like a triangle format, so like 3 best decks, and you just have to worry about those 3 and you have to properly side. But with a meta like this, I can't prepare for everything, so like there's the reason why you lose to like Math Mechs and Super Factorial, because you can't prepare to side against them all the time. You can pull up to like, in Houston we have like 12 locals if we wanted to, or like 12 or so, and if we wanted to we can play Yu-Gi-Oh every day, but I can't prepare for every locals all the time. And then like if like that one Math Mech player pulls up, like I can't side because of just him. Doesn't mean that I'm gonna play him just because he's there. Same thing with like that one branded player, because like there's, believe it or not, there's just so many more cash players still out there, or people jumping now into cash and like leaving. Like I've seen a lot of people in the last couple of weeks, like you guys know that Houston's known for like Drytron, but like I've seen so many more people just like hop off of Drytron again, and I do mean again, because they're going to continue going back to Drytron and then hopping off of it and then going back into it, and then just to play the best deck of that format, which is now they're jumping into Cachetera. So shout out to Austin for doing that, because Austin's on like Runic Cachetera. I hate that deck. Shout out to Bryce, because that's the CC handler right there, and now he's playing Cachetera too. And you see these are all guys that have hopped off of Drytron and now playing Cachetera. But that means that like we couldn't have prepared for everything else, so now we just prepare for like Cachetera. But then you see like the Runic players, and those are fine because you know that you're expecting Runic Nuteria. So like you prepare for like Runic Nuteria, you prepare for Cachetera, but you can also just fully prepare your side deck for like the rando like Scarecrow player, or the rando branded player, the rando like all this other player. And it's just like, there's too many decks in the meta. I like it. I think it's fun. But like, I'm also just going to pull out my Dark Magicians and go pull up with Dark Magician Cachetera and just have fun with that, right? That's basically like what locals like this, or like metas like this, tell me. It's like same thing with like if I pull up with like my Meg Knight Invoke, you know, it's fun. GG's, I'll go second, and then board breakers, and then win game, right? Shout out to the people that I've seen do good. Deck profile I just posted, Manny pulls up with like Eldritch Pile deck and does good, right? It's just decks like those are cool because they just randomly pop up out of the nowhere, but it's just like you have like all of these other decks, like all these other archetypes, and you can't prepare for all of them. But if you like get caught off guard by one deck like that, it's a pile deck, that's cool, because like, it's a 60 card pile deck, and that's fine. You lose to it and you're like, I lost to it, and you're like, all right, GG's on it. No one else would have played that. I give that props. Every now and then you'll see like a Sorto player, that's cool and all, but it's just like, dude, like, can't prep for every deck. We need to get back into a meta where like the top 3 decks or the top 3 decks or the top 5 maybe, if anything. But that's it. And then you have like these random hero players. Oh, dude, so many decks out there, man. Like, we need to get back to a meta where like we need to control what we play against more. Not like what we can, not controlling what we play against, but like control like because of the side deck and like being able to prep and like skillfully side in and out kind of thing. I don't know, just a little bit of a rant. There's a lot of things that can't come back. I've been saying it for a long time. I think that like Hard Pour is well overdue. Colossus can stay banned forever, please. Maxi to 3, Red Reboot to 3, Masterpiece, Diagram to 3, Card of the Mice to 3, Into the Void back to 3. Like, there's just so much Yu-Gi-Oh! That can, like, if you guys want to have continue having a meta like this, what we're having right now, where there's just like a million decks that are doing well and topping, and like you have the one Rika player who randomly just topped like 4 yesterday or something like that, or like this past weekend or something, and then you just have like all these random decks, just bring out a bunch of stuff from like the ban list and just let everybody have fun, you know. We might as well do that if this is what we're gonna go with. Misk 3, you know, might as well, right? Misk should always be a card that should always be at 3. Dinos are gonna be coming in with heat, so you guys have to prepare for that. And I'm pretty sure that Misk is gonna be one of the top best monsters in the meta, which is gonna make the deck so good. And it's like dinos are gonna be tier 1, like they have to be. There's no way that Misk is not gonna come back to 3. There's no way that Misk is not coming back to 3. It's also going to be reprinted in the set, in that set. So Misk also has to come out in like a really good rarity too. Like, it just can't be a common again. We have like that boo ass like gold, but we need something nice for Misk. So yeah, a little bit of rant. I like Yu-Gi-Oh, but then I also hate that there's so many top decks out there. It's gonna be really cool. We got like Scarecrow Matadome coming out. There's gonna be nice. Super Heavy Samurai, which is gonna be cool. And then it's just like so much other potential stuff that is gonna be fun. So I'm looking forward to what the future of Yu-Gi-Oh brings. But this is like my ban list kind of rant. You know, this shit, stuff that should get hit. There is a lot of stuff that should come out, but I'm not anyone to say. So hopefully, just give me what I want if I can. But hope you guys enjoyed. See you guys on the next video. Just a little bit of me being me. Hopefully you guys liked it. Thank you for making it to the end of the video. Don't forget to check out Dank Rituals. Their link will be down in the description. Also, you guys should definitely join my Facebook group. I have a lot of really cool updates and a lot of really good information that you guys might want to keep up with about giveaways and whatnot on there. Also, please guys, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. I would like for you guys to turn on that bell notification as well. I would like to grow my percentage of subbed and not subbed from 20% higher. I would really appreciate that. And don't forget to like, comment, share. You already know, guys. Appreciate y'all very much, and I'll see y'all in the next video.